As we keep saying, it's about India ticking different boxes, and the stats we kept putting out were don't lose wickets in the first 10, and when you bowl, try and pick up 2 wickets in the first 10 of the opposition. India have managed to get 2 out of 2. Question is, can they finish it in the remaining 35 overs of the entire series? Where do England stand at the moment? Not the worst in terms of where the number of runs are. 95 at the end of 15 overs, chasing 330. They would take that any day of the week. But they would probably have given up maybe 10 of those runs if they could have kept 2 more wickets standing. But the 2 joy that they lost in the first 10 overs were very, very crucial, including right at the beginning, 4, 4, 4 and out. Jason Roy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've rarely seen Bhuvneshwar Kumar is one of the calmest people I know. For him to show that kind of emotion, he really was pent up and he wanted that. It was a great delivery. And that wicket really put it up. And then when he got Bairstow, who's probably going to be a teammate in about 10 days' time, I mean, that was the perfect start for India. And I think they've done the hard work. Also, I love the way they stood up. Basically, Rishabh Pant standing up made a huge difference because Bairstow's got a big stride out, can make a huge difference. That's great because it shows the Indian team is thinking, it's innovating, it's saying, how do we touch these 2 openers? They had a plan, and to whatever extent it worked. So kudos to them. I mean, that first round they won. Now let's see what happens here on.
Well, we'll just take a pause over there because we always talk about Cricbuzz Comm Box as well. You call it a curse, call it what you like, but there seems to be some action that happens every time Comm Box comes around. So we've had a referral. There was just a bit of yes and no, but Virat Kohli has a particular period at which he likes to take a referral. That's with under 2 seconds to go, but with less than 2 seconds to go, he said, fine, I'll accede to it. I'll take that referral. And indeed, it was red, and a combination of India's bowlers, and the Comm Box curse, and the man who keeps taking wickets, which is Shardul Thakur, has got number 4. The England captain, Jos Buttler, for just 15, is back in the pavilion. So we talked about 2 wickets in the first 10 overs. They got a third in the first 15 overs. And then straight after the 15, in over number 16, comes wicket number 4. Now, how huge is that going to be? Jos Buttler gone, a review taken in the nick of time. Everything seems to be working for India.
Yeah, this was a big wicket because Jos Buttler was the man who was dangerous. He's one of the guys who can single-handedly finish off matches. He hasn't particularly been in form, but today he called right, of course, and then he took a pretty sharp catch to get rid of Rishabh Pant. He looked the part today. It looked as if it was going to be one of those good days for Jos Buttler. This is a very, very, very big wicket, and it makes a huge difference because now we are talking about a middle order that's comparatively inexperienced. Now you can get among the wickets, and the big problem for India, the big headache for India was saying, how do we, you have how many of your bowlers are experienced? You've got Natarajan, who's barely played 2 or 3 matches. You've got Kunal Pandya, who hasn't played very much. Prasidh Krishna in the second match. So 3 of your 6 bowlers are relatively inexperienced. So if they get hit, you could get into trouble. This will make a huge difference in the way India approaches the game.
And of course, we did mention in the middle that Hardik Pandya was going to be available to bowl. He said so in no uncertain terms after his effort with the bat, and he's come in and bowled the 1 over. The only number that's not updated there is Shardul Thakur, 1.1, no maidens, 1 for 8 instead of none for 8. Couple of wickets to Bhuvneshwar up front. Joy, one interesting use of Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Maybe Virat Kohli tended to be a little conservative with him early on, gone to the spinners early when he had Kuldeep. Now there's no Kuldeep. So he had 5 overs of Bhuvneshwar, knowing that it's wickets that would win you the game, not taking the game deep into over number 48.
Absolutely. I think India now knows. And it's a very interesting thing. I think over time, we're going to see this concept of death bowlers in ODI cricket slowly fade. Because I think ODI cricket, the lengths are so much that most ODI matches are now don't go down to the 50th over. You'll see a very, very few ODI matches going down to the wire simply because you have a situation where somebody has thrown them out of the water or they chase it down faster. And the tighter results are in 20 over cricket. So I think right now they're going to look at the death bowling and going to say it's okay, especially when we are trying to restrict a target. Let Bhuvneshwar up front first. If we haven't controlled them by the 45th, 46th over, it's not going to matter.
So well used by Virat Kohli, and I think something that summed it up as we try and wrap up here on Cricbuzz Comm Box is the reaction of Virat Kohli. Of course, he tends to react in a positive manner. His first words are usually "Come on, boys." This time around, he was jumping up and down like a young schoolboy who's just been handed his ICSC results, and it's 99% instead of 81% as he thought.
No, I'm so, you're the ultimate diplomat, Gautam Bhimani. For anyone to say that the first words that normally come out of Virat Kohli's mouth is "Come on, boys," has to be the most polite thing anyone has ever said about him. But whatever it was, you can make out by that reaction that he was absolutely delighted.
Well, I think anyone who's an Indian fan would be delighted at this stage. 15 overs, got those 3 wickets just at the start of the 16, got a 4th. That's where you'd want to be at any stage when you know you've fallen maybe again at 20, 25 runs short. But India showed the intent, and now 329 looks like 389. That's where we leave it on Cricbuzz Comm Box. And I'll have to go and work on my lip reading skills and try and figure out what exactly Virat Kohli generally says at the fall of a wicket. We'll see you on the 35th on Cricbuzz Comm Box.